Hey guys, what's going on? Well, some of you may have noticed I started streaming again on Twitch. That's a fact. Basically, lots of PUBG, because I love that game. One of the problems with streaming is when you're doing it all from one computer, the moment you start broadcasting, weird things happen in game, such as frame drops, latency from keyboard inputs, like you're pressing F to pick something up, then it happens a quarter of a second after, kind of throws you off your game. You know, you hit tab to swap into your character, it takes forever for it to bring it up, stuff like that. So last night I got creative, started doing some searching to see if I could find some way to stream from another PC while I game. And first thing that came up was video capture cards, like the Elgato's and Avery Soft and all that, and I'm like, meh, that's too spendy. They want like $200 for one of those. I already got one. I got the Hopage, but it doesn't work with OBS, and there's no more software support for it, and it only does 720p. No thanks. I'm looking for a way that I can stream 60 frames per second on OBS while playing 60 frames per second in PUBG. And I found that way, and it doesn't require a capture card. But I gotta go to Staples because I need a couple pieces. Let me show you what I got going on here. So I got OBS Studio running over here, and you can see that it's not live, and it's only using like 5% of the processor just to capture this here. The reason why it's using so much processor right now is because I'm using a technology known as NDI. It's a plugin for OBS by a company called NewTek, integration into OBS Studio 4.3.0. Basically, what it allows you to do is, you see the video feed over here. Well, I have this set up as the source and my laptop set up as the destination, but you can see she's a little choppy, right? And a little bit of lag. The reason being is my laptop is currently connected on Wi-Fi. Now let me just show you here once I find out where the hell my mouse is. There we go. We'll go to Task Manager, we'll go to Networking, and as you can see, I'm currently using like a lot of the network right now. 72 megabits is my max speed on my Wi-Fi. It's an old Wi-Fi card, and 48% of it. Now, what I don't get is it says it's using 72% there, right? And this is how I'm convinced that there's packet loss, is because if I go up to my other computer, the one that's actually sending the datas, it's currently sending, okay, well, it's not too bad. It's pretty much accurate then. It's sending 37 megabytes a second across to that computer. But this is the problem with Wi-Fi, is it sucks. It's fine for things like your cell phone and that, but when you want to do something like this, you need something high performance. So, yeah. Also, this NDI thing was super easy to set up. It literally took me minutes. Downloading OBS Studio on both computers. I used to use OBS Classic. Now I'm using Studio for this because this plugin doesn't work with Classic. But anyway, install the Studio on both computers, install the plugin on both computers for your source, the one that you're using on your gaming computer. You click on Tools, go to NDI Output Settings, just make sure to put a check mark in there and you're good to go. And that's all there is to it. And once you do that, like, make sure you set up this scene first, because once you do that, you can't change any settings. Like, check this out. If I go into stream, or where is it, output? Video, here it is. It says video output is currently active. Please turn off any outputs to change settings. So if you don't have your broadcast settings set up right, it ain't gonna work. You have to turn it off and then go back in here and then set it back up and turn it back on, and just a pain in the cockles. Now for your streaming PC, all you do is, you see down here I got an NDI source. Well, that's all you do. NDI source. Just right click down here, go to add, and then you go NDI source. I'm going to do it again here. Basically you pick your source and go, and once you do that, this screen comes up And then you can see that it actually has, it'll automatically find the source that's being broadcasted. Now, what's really cool about this, let's say you have a couple friends in your area that all game together and you all play Grand Theft Auto or something, and everybody comes over to your house with their computers and they start playing. If you have another computer, you can do a stream setup. Everybody installs OBS Studio, everybody sets up the NDI, and then everybody pushes their data to one stream receiving computer. That computer can do a grid overlay so you can have a 4-man stream going on so people can see from every angle. I don't think it'll work through the internet because the speeds of the internet are not quite like gigabit Ethernet. 100 megabits LAN, probably not enough. They recommend gigabit LAN for this. Definitely not Wi-Fi, even though for people on like Sony and Xbox, NDI does have, or NewTek has, a thing called the Spark Box. Now she's spendy. She's about $400 to $700, 700 Canadian. I know that much. But it plugs into an HDMI source and it'll broadcast your Xbox or PlayStation footage over Wi-Fi to an NDI receiver, i.e. OBS. So my next step is I need to get a network switch, and Staples has them on sale right now. Just a little 5-port. They got them on for 20 bucks. So I'm going to take a rip over to Staples. We're going to pick that up, come back, set that up. Probably going to have to cut some new cables and terminate them, and then set up that desk for gameplay. I want to see also if they have some sort of a laptop riser or something, so I can basically get that laptop off the desk and a little bit higher, because I want to kind of tuck it in the corner, but this desk has these stupid dividers that sit higher than the wood, like these metal bars here, so the laptop doesn't quite sit stable. Yeah, pain in the ass. So I'm gonna finish my coffee. Let's hit the road, go to Staples. Man, just pulled the biggest noob mistake of my life. Walked out of the house, got to the truck, and went, wait a second, where are my keys? Left them in the house. I'm so used to the winter, right? Because they're always in my coat pocket. So it's like when I leave the house, I got my coat on me, and well, whatever. Summertime's here. Look at this beautiful day. Sunny out. Yesterday was brutal. It was like raining sideways, and freaking my computer desk got soaking wet because I was stupid and left my window open overnight. So my desk got wet. Luckily my laptop wasn't on. I set that all up last night with the laptop and stuff to do some testing. I wanted to see if I can make it work on Wi-Fi, because people said with Windows 7 it had issues. But I think they were using 32-bit Windows 7 and you need 64-bit operating system. So keep that in mind if you want to do this and you're using a streaming PC that's 32-bit. You're going to run into problems and you're not going to get support for it, because on the NDI page it says strictly 64-bit OS or bust. And currently Windows only. I didn't see a Mac option, so I don't know. There could be a Mac option or a Linux option that you might be able to port to Mac, I don't know. But as I see right now, it's strictly Windows, which is fine because 90% of the people game in Windows. Not too many people game from a Macintosh because you're kind of limited on what games you can play from a Macintosh right now because they suck. But yeah, pretty sure the latency issue that I'm experiencing is because Wi-Fi is a pile of piss, and no well-respected gamer games from Wi-Fi because, well, it's piss. Even wireless AC is piss. Like, you're at the mercy of your neighbors and all that. So a lot of people will probably be like, well, what's the benefits of using NDI versus a game capture card? Well, not for me, but like for somebody who actually has good monitors and runs them at 144 hertz, you can actually broadcast with NDI at 144 hertz, where with a capture card, even the Elgato 60, HD 60, can only do 1080p at 60 hertz. You try and pump 144 hertz through it, and I was watching a video last night of what happens, because I wanted to know the difference, like if it was better or worse, and it looked pretty decent. Like, obviously you need a good PC for your your streaming PC. You ain't using no Core 2 Duo and getting away with it because it's gonna choke. You ain't using no shitty AMD 4000 or X2 build or anything like that and getting away with it. You know, you might be okay using like an AMD APU. Like the one guy I was watching last night set it up. That's how I learned all about it. His gaming rig is only a 3rd generation i5, and his streaming rig was an FX 6300 or something like that, a 6-core, and his video samples looked mint. So yeah, can't really go wrong with that. So like the capture card does have its benefits. Obviously, it's just plug and play and go. You don't have to worry about network latency, because that's one thing you got to make sure you have is a fast home network. But nowadays, even if you're running off of your ISP's rented or given modem switch thing they give you, the router, whatever the hell they want to call it, the modem router, they're all in one home hubs. They're usually gigabit. But what I want to do is I want to set up a switch off of my current switch just to go between the laptop and the computer, and then have the data feed coming into that switch so that there's near no latency between the laptop and the desktop, and it's just one-to-one just going across, and then the laptop can broadcast out through the network switch through to the interwebs and send the stream up. And we're going to test this all out tonight on the stream. Luckily, I still have OBS Classic, so if things don't work out, I can always swap back over to Classic and drop her down to 30 frames per second again. But I really wanted to do 60 FPS because... oh, what the hell's going on? Did he run out of gas? Like, how many people does it take to push it forward? 3 of them. 3 of them. Oh, it's a Mazda. It's a frickin' Tribute. Wonder what the hell happened there. Nah, those escapes of that era were shit. Nothing but problems. The year before that had transmission problems. Those ones there had transmission problems. I don't know how the new ones are. Probably buckets of crap too. But yeah, I'm a little stoked to get this here streaming rig set up. Hoping it works out. It seems to be network latency because I watched the packets flop around like a flounder. So I'm pretty sure if I go hardwired, that'll resolve a lot of my problems. And then we'll have a nice steady stream. And I'll have high FPS on my gaming computer. And life will be good. Because that's the one thing I hate right now is when I'm streaming, the game jitters. You get frame drops and packet loss, and it's just not fun. And then the moment you turn off OBS, all of a sudden the game runs silky smooth, and it's like, well, why can't we just be like that all the time? Like you'd think. My gaming PC isn't exactly a pile of shit. It's a i7 6700 with 16 gigs of RAM and a GeForce 1070. Like, she should be able to cruise with the best of them, but not when streaming. She tends to poop a lot. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm Matt Staples. Gonna run in, grab my shit, talk to you in a bit. Huh, what a great way to run the battery down, eh? Leave the screen open. Holy, look at that truck. Take a look at this blue thing over here. Look at this. Look at the stacks on it. That thing's aggressive. So yeah, our Harvey Swiss Chalet is closed right now. You can only get takeout. Somebody jumped the curb and went first, crashed right through the building. Freaking crazy people. Learn to drive. But yeah. Last night on stream, somebody asked me, "Hey Adam, what do you think about Ford discontinuing all their cars and only making crossovers and trucks? The only car they're making is some Eco Focus or something like that, and the Ford Mustang. Those are the only two cars that they're going to produce. Everything else is getting the hatchet. The Focus, the Fusion, Taurus. Am I missing one? Fiesta, all of them. Nobody's buying them. No, nobody wants. That's exactly what I said. I said, well, well, he has the right of way. Why are you honking at him? He ain't gonna walk any faster. Hell, if I was that guy, I would just crawl. Drop on my hands and knees and just start crawling across. Honk at me, you sons of bitches, eh? But anyway, yeah, like I think it's perfect. Like if they're not selling, why make them? Why waste the metal? Like nobody's buying them. Like instead of wasting your metal on shitty cars that don't want to sell, why don't you save that money and put it towards making these big bastards more fuel efficient, or even that thing that just passed me more fuel efficient? Like I'm getting pretty good. Like in the winter, I got shitty mileage in this. I was getting 19 liters per Hyundai, but that's because I would let it sit in the driveway and idle for 10 minutes to break all the ice off the windscreen and surrounding, you know, or to, you know, defrost the entire truck so I wasn't getting into a cold as piss truck. Where now it's get out, fire up engine, let it idle for 30 seconds and start backing out of the driveway while you're getting situated and all that. Don't even have to, you know. So my fuel economy right now, I'm sitting at a nice 16.7 per Hyundai in a V8 to boot, like a 5 liter. But then again, I don't goose it or drive like a friggin' like a reptile, you know. I'm not laying her down all the time and putting patches all over every nicely paved piece of asphalt I find. I don't think I've ever actually rubbed the throttle on this. I goosed her once, but that was just because I wanted to. But I pretty much babied this truck because I was told not to do that in the first 3,000 miles or so, and I'm not even there. I'm only at 3,600 kilometers. In 1 year, I put 3,600 kilometers on a daily driver. How is that for impressive, eh? I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I do want to take a trip to Sudbury, though, in the summer. To go to Princess Auto. I don't know why. There's nothing there that I really need. But I want to do it in the truck just so I can get her running at highway speeds and burn out some carbons in the catalytics. I don't know if that helps or not, but shit, she's got it. Because every once in a while, like after a good drive, I get home and I park the truck and it smells like rotten eggs. And I remember that smell from the Trans Am. And my neighbor said, "Oh, your catalytic's plugged," and sure as shit, brought her into the dealer, into the muffler shop, and buddy's like, "Holy crap, this is bad." Like there was carbon all over the mesh. So he's like, "Well, we can swap it out or we can give you the Racer's Edge." And I said, "What's the Racer's Edge?" He goes, "You give me $50 and I take the platinum out of it." So, well, here's $50. I said, "I get to keep the platinum." Knocked it out and away we went. Decombed her. The Racer's Edge modification. All shell, no go. Well, no go for the environment, that's for sure. But, yeah, we got the Switch. Man, I was looking at their laptop, like, not desks, but like risers and stuff. Holy crap. Like $70 for an angled piece of plastic. I could go to like Cambodian Tire, buy a piece of Lexan, put it in the oven at 275 for 10 minutes, and fold it and make my own. Why is that so much money? Oh, it's got air holes in it so I can breathe. Yeah, guess what? I got a DeWalt drill at home. I can make air holes. Don't worry about it. Like, Jesus Murphy. Why are you so spendy, people? 45 freaking dollars for a bent piece of plastic. Oh, but it's made by Kensington. Who cares? Who are they? Just a bunch of goofs trying to take your money. Who are they? Like, frick brands. Brands are lame. You got the go-ahead. Well, you gonna do it? Sweet Jesus. Wasn't sure if she was gonna make it out of the hop. But anyway, people, I'm almost home. So we'll shut her down. We'll go inside. We'll set up the rig. See if we get a performance game off this Switch. Alright, peace. Alright guys, this is the Switch. Couldn't even think of it. It's like right in front of me. I couldn't even think of the name. So gigabit speeds. Who cares? Sure. For noobs, that's how you use it. It's not how I'm going to use it, but it's how you use it. Once again, for noobs, installation guide. Don't need it. This here, by the way, is on sale at Staples right now for 30 bucks. So that's pretty good. Looks pretty decent. Simple in the back. Yeah. You want to lock it to your desk so nobody can steal it. If you want to ground it, you can ground it. And there is your power adapter, and then the business end on the front. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. She got some good heft to her too. Your standard featherweight Chinese AC adapter. Yup. Alrighty, that's a lot better. Left, right, left, right, left. Like, it's perfectly one-to-one. From over here to over here. It's perfect. It's working mint. So there you go. Another proof that Wi-Fi is complete shit. Something else I forgot to mention is your NDI source. That is your audio on your streaming PC. You're going to notice that I have the desktop audio and the mic audio muted because you don't want to be picking up mic audio from the computer that you're streaming from, or desktop audio in case a chime happens or something. You don't want that appearing. So there you go. Right on. 30 bucks spent. Solved the problem that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that there is streaming via another computer. So I can, and if you notice, this one here is using 10.3 CPU. It's going to be a lot heavier when she starts encoding and sending it to the screw tubes, or to Twitch. But this one here is using 5.4%, doing nothing, which is great. Now, keep in mind, when I used to stream from this computer, I would have OBS Classic sitting at about 30 to 35% CPU usage. She used to drink back the CPU. That process is taken away from gaming. That, like I said, will cause input lag, will cause problems, and it's not fun. So if you have an old laptop at the house that's running an old Intel i7 or an i5, maybe give this a try. This might work out for you. Increase your FPS in game, and like I say, it's super easy to set up. I didn't give you the gist of it. There's other tutorials online, but definitely pretty sweet if you have a lot of friends in the same vicinity, all on gaming computers that come over and do a LAN party. You can broadcast that so well, especially if you have one person playing the role of the producer. They can scene swap between the different computers, so you can actually do like a really cool kind of storyline of a stream, which could be kind of neat. So yeah, like, this NDI technology is definitely going places, and I'm pretty sure in the next revision of OBS Studio, that's not going to be a plugin. They're going to have this built into it because it's really good. Alright people, I'm going to shut her down here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. Hopefully you got something out of this. Maybe you're a streamer and you've been trying to figure this shit out. Maybe you already knew about this shit. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, keep on vlogging.